Welcome to CryptoCoins, where we review the best coins for you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris. Today we have a pretty interesting project. It is basically a crypto that is aiming to take over the entertainment industry, or at least three key sectors of it. But before we get into any of that, just a reminder that I am not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. I'm simply a geek on the internet here to bring you different forms of entertainment. Sometimes it's going to be AI, Web3, crypto. You never know what you're going to get. We've done chair reviews. We've done augmented reality glasses. So the point is, we talk about a lot of different things, but the important thing for you to remember while watching any of it is that you need to do your own due diligence. You need to do your own research. Anything I'm bringing you is strictly entertainment purposes, or, just to give you an idea of some things that might be out there that you could be interested in. And anytime that you are actually considering investing in any of these things, do proper research, because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one that has to live with those financial decisions. So, anytime you have anyone on the other side of the screen telling you about, anything like this, make sure that you're not listening to them, but listening to yourself and your own actual financial situation, or an actual financial advisor if that is what you need. But that all out of the way, we are talking about POPG. And as I mentioned, where passion meets entertainment, built by fans for fans. So this is on the Ethereum chain. It's got a Certik verification. We'll go ahead, that's its audit. We'll go ahead and check that out in just a moment. But yeah, the idea of this is basically that POPG is a ecosystem that was built for entertainment. Just overall, it's bringing together rewards, iGaming, premium event access, all that will be accessible by utilizing POPG as basically the funder and the utility coin for all of these things. And we'll kind of explain how that does it here in just a moment. Before we do, I wanted to jump over to the Certik so you could kind of see the audit. It's done pretty well for itself, ranked 104 in the upper 15 percentile. So it has had some issues in the past that hasn't resolved, but it's still needing a reevaluation due. So hopefully they'll knock out some of those. But realistically, they've done pretty good on the review, so that's good to see. So the reason I bring all this up is POPG will be having its initial DEX offering, as well as its first centralized exchange listing soon. So that's something to look out for. So you might want to jump onto the different communities to kind of keep an eye on it. They have their X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Currently 14,000 followers, almost 15. They do have a Discord as well that you might want to check out to really start engaging with the community if any of this suits your fancy. But we'll actually get into what POPG is and what it's used for now. So basically, for POPG, there is going to be three major platforms. POPG is an ecosystem powered by Web3 that aims to bring you the fun of entertainment while being anchored in transparency, responsibility, and sustainability. It is aiming to bring three sectors to the table. One is going to be VIP, and we'll actually go to there. It's actually up and live right now. The other two are coming soon, and we'll explain those in a minute. But first, you have Pop VIP. What if POPG pays for all your entertainment bills? Interesting. So as you can see here, one POPG equals approximately 6 cents currently. So right here, you can actually start utilizing it for different things, forms of entertainment that you use. For example, you have 60 POPG, 170. So that means 60 times 6, $3.60 for your Crunchyroll subscription. Like this is an interesting way to potentially pay for your entertainment in the future. You have Spotify. I assume that's Spotify Premium, Apple Music. You have a lot of things here that PlayStation Plus, even Xbox Game Pass. This is pretty insane. Your NordVPN subscription or your ExpressVPN. So this is a good way that you could potentially even save money on some of the entertainment things that you utilize. So overall, this is a rewards platform where the token holders will be able to stake, save their POPG in order to earn exclusive rebates and rewards. And the users will be able to also redeem their rebates in POPG in order to pay for their entertainment expenses. So I think that's going to be something very interesting to a lot of people. And here you can actually see some of the rebates and the saving. So start saving Sapphire 1000 POPG at 3% rebates, and it goes up to Diamond. It might even go up higher than that. It looks like Diamond is the top. If you get 5 million POPG, the rebates will be 14%. And then you saw some of the things you can use that on, so that's pretty insane. Now onto some of the ones I can't show off right now because they aren't out yet. There's 2 of them. There is going to be Pop Game. So we've seen Pop VIP, but there's going to be Pop Game, and it's going to be responsible for their iGaming platform, basically, or it's aiming to be a responsible iGaming platform. Where, you know, the POPG fans will be able to utilize their POPG in order to play said games. The idea overall is going to be incorporating feedback and suggestions from the community. So community involvement is going to be kind of front and center for it, where you know, typically you have a platform where especially in the gaming industry, where they just kind of give you something and hope that the community enjoys it, right? This is going to try and kind of flip that on its head, where the community tells the developers what they want, and POPG then attempts to deliver, and you get to shape the overall experience that POPG will give you in the form of gaming. And then for sports fans, concert lovers, things of that nature, Pop Live is another thing that is coming, and it will be exclusive event access platform where you'll be able to, as a POPG holder, purchase tickets for these high demand events. And that's going to include sporting events, that's going to include concerts, and more. I'm sure, you know, maybe eventually even like stand-up comedy sets or things of that nature. So anything where it's more of a display or a concert of some kind. And these are going to be delivered to you at original prices. So maybe it will aim to be a little bit more competitive than the initial prices that you would get just by purchasing those outright with US dollar, for example. Here you can see where they're talking about those 3 pillars: responsible iGaming, exclusive event access, and the rewards, each of which will be key features that can be accessed by owning and locking in your POPG tokens. At the end of the day, what this really is a community-driven item, or asset at its core, where the community isn't going to be just along for the ride. It should theoretically, at least based on what they're saying, be there to help, you know, guide and also, you know, give feedback and give a true shape to what POPG will be as an end result, with the ultimate goal being to own the experience and not just the asset. So yes, you are getting this asset, and you know, typically in all of these, entertainment is typically being controlled by centralized corporations that will dictate the asset or the access, the pricing, and the overall engagement that occurs within these 3 ecosystems. But what POPG is aiming to do is flip it so that the consumer, the people who actually are involved in the ecosystem, get a say and can help shape it to how they want it to be, where it could potentially be a more fair and accessible, raise the value of our purchasing power, basically, so that we're getting the things we want at a reasonable rate. And because of all of this, you know, the potential for POPG being more valuable is there, because this is having real world value. It equates to something that you are actually able to substantially see. You pay for your bill with POPG. You pay for your Netflix bill, or you pay for your bill for, you know, Crunchyroll, or you pay for a concert that you want to go to. Like, these are real world things and not just the speculative the speculation of an asset that fluctuates up and down just based on the idea of whether we believe it's worth something or not, whenever you're actually exchanging it for a direct worth. For example, going to see a football game. Now, much like any of these projects, if you're looking to make any kind of real gains in it, it's still early in POPG's life cycle right now. And if you're interested on potentially making big money, you would have to be willing to take the risk to invest early. And right now is early. So if this is something that interests you, I would highly, highly recommend you check out the website and, maybe some news articles on it, top crypto projects to invest in 2025. There's several people who believe that this is going to be a success. I think anytime you introduce real world assets into a project, it can significantly boost people's excitement and interest in the project. Now, is that a guarantee that's going to take off? No, crypto is way too volatile to try and make guaranteed predictions of any kind. But I find myself more and more being drawn to anything that has either a real world asset or real world worth. And this one is kind of linking itself to that real world worth, even if it's not a direct asset of it. Being able to use this as a commodity to pay for things that, in the entertainment industry that you enjoy, and potentially even finding a way to make those things cheaper for you to enjoy is a pretty smart combination. So, again, a grain of salt, do your own research, all of that stuff, but we'll leave links in the description so you can check it out for yourself, and give us some feedback. What do you think about POPG? Do you think it's something that could take off? Do you think it's potentially a hidden gem that's going to take the world by storm in 2025? Who knows, right? But I am curious to hear your thoughts about it, and that's all I've got for this one. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.